Good morning, day 97. So, I loved all your comments yesterday about what makes you frugal and what's important to you, about what you buy, what you don't buy. It's so fun to share that information with people. And I think it's very helpful because we're all different, and that's what makes the world go round, and that's what makes life interesting. Don't you think? So it's a beautiful sunny day today. It's not real warm, but I can't plant anything outside until I dump some more soil into my containers. So we'll see if I get around to that today. It seems like you have a plan to do something, and you can never do something. It's always a whole plethora of things that you have to do before you can get to that one thing that you want to do. Do you guys find that you have that issue too? Like, you can't just throw a few seeds out in your garden because you have to add the soil and you have to add the amendments, and before you know it, it's an all-day project. So I find that happens with most things in life. You can't just get to it. You have to, it's a process that you have to work through. So let me know if you guys have that same problem, or if you have a better way of doing things. That would be a great thing to know. So the birds are starting to sing, and I know they're starting to make nests. It amazes me how early some of those little birds lay their eggs. I'm surprised that they can keep their babies warm. And I've resorted to putting just a plaque on my front door this time of the year, because it's happened a couple times where a little bird has placed her family in the wreath I had on the door, and then it was difficult to use the front door. And then just as those babies flew the nest, she planted more babies in there. So it was a process. But it was really nice watching the babies because it was right up against the glass. But, I want to use my front door, so I just avoid that situation by just putting a plaque on there in the early spring. And then I put my little floral baskets and wreaths and things up there once they're done with their babies. So I'm not sure what the day will bring today. You never know here at Ellen's Abundant Life unless, because sometimes I make plans and I just either don't get to them, or I'm diverted by other plans. That happens a lot. And I'm kind of a fly by the seat of my pants gal. I don't really do too well with schedules. So I get things done, but, it kind of happens spontaneously. So do you find you guys do that way, or do you do things on a schedule? It's just interesting to know how other people go about their day. So, all right, I will be back in a little while with some breakfast, and we'll see what the day brings. Time for breakfast, day 97. Let's see what we have. Not too much stuff in the fridge. Some people might think this is a lot, but for me, this is pretty empty. I still have a lot of produce. I gotta get busy eating all that produce. Lettuce and cucumbers and all kinds of different things. So I have that. Down here I have some fruit and celery. And I'm going to get out an avocado. I don't think it's ripe yet, but I'll put that out for tomorrow. And I still have 3 rolls. And I still have some of this nice rye bread. So I'm going to get that out because I think this morning put the avocado out for maybe tomorrow. But I think this morning I'm going to open my Aldi's cheese packet, and I'm going to have a toasted cheese sandwich. That sounds really good. So, and I still have my coleslaw. I need to do something with that, maybe for dinner. My ugly cheese sauce. And I'll need some nut butter. And I have to start eating my yogurt too. So I'll get some of that, and then I can make a fresh batch. And I still have some grapes in here. So I'll have some grapes with my yogurt. Alright, so that'll be good for breakfast, and I will meet you at the stove. Hey, I'm back. Boy, I'll tell you, these cheap Dollar Tree gloves with the rubber, I think I got these at Dollar Tree. If not there, then at Mark's. They're a game changer when it comes to opening jars. So I just opened this jar of pickles. Did you ever have pickles on your toasted cheese sandwich? It's really good. Alright, so I'm just going to make a simple toasted cheese sandwich, and I'm going to put some pickles on it. And I'm going to heat up my pan a little bit. And while that's going on, I'm going to get some of my yogurt. So I think the yogurt is still good. It should be. But I'm going to put a couple of sweeteners in there. And you guys know I like the whole earth. It's not cheap, but I like the whole earth sweetener. It's really good. And I still have 2 pieces of rye bread left, and that needs to be eaten before it gets moldy. So let's take a look at my yogurt. Ooh, it still looks nice. Very nice. But I do need to start eating that down. So I'm going to have some of that. And this is filling because it's made with oats. And it's not too sour, and it's really good yogurt. So if you're looking for a recipe for plant milk yogurt, check out my video where I made this yogurt. And it takes a while to make, but it's worth it. So, alright, there we go with that. Stick in a few grapes, because those need to be eaten up too. And then I really like it with the cinnamon sugar. It really adds a good flavor. And if you don't eat sugar, you could do cinnamon and sweetener, but I just keep this old Tupperware thing used to stack up. I just put my cinnamon sugar in there. So that's that. And now I'm going to make my sandwich. And I'm sure everybody knows how to make a toasted cheese sandwich. But I like to butter my bread before I stick it in the frying pan. Some people melt their butter. My little grandson, he likes to make toasted cheese. He's the family toasted cheese maker expert. And I think he melts the butter in the pan, but I do it this way. And then, I know I've showed this before, but this is really good cheese, you guys, and it's like $4 and something for the whole pack, and it has extra sharp white cheddar, Havarti, Gouda, and Asiago. And those are my favorite cheeses. And this lasts me quite a while. So, I don't know which one this is. It doesn't matter. They're all good. So, I'm just going to put some of that on. And this is why I like to butter the bread first, so the cheese doesn't fall out. And then, of course, you have to match the top to the bottom. And then I'm going to put a couple slices of pickles on there yet. You can put the pickles on after the cheese melts too if you like the pickles cold. Either way works. So on go the pickles. And I was totally out of pickles, so I picked these up on my last haul, which was a very tiny haul. But as you know, I do replenish things after I use them up. Okay, that's enough pickles. I'm going to put the top on and turn this down a little bit. So, you guys, did you start your garden? I'm just going to cover this so the cheese melts. I really need to go out there and do that. But it's still kind of cold, you know, it's like in the mid-50s. I don't know. I really like it when it gets in the mid-60s and the lower 70s. Upper 70s is fine too. But that's the weather when I shine. So, alright, I'm going to cook this up. And I'll be back when it's all done. Okay, sandwich is done. That's a big one. Alright. So, there we have it. Breakfast, day 97. Toasted cheese sandwich with pickles, my yummy yogurt with grapes and cinnamon sugar. Alright, so like I said, I'm planning on using up leftovers this week. Things that I stuck in the freezer that I don't want to leave in there. So after I'm done with my breakfast, I'm going to see what leftovers I have in there for dinner, and I'll take you on the hunt with me. Alright, I will be back after I eat this. Okay, so before I go on to what's for dinner, I want to share with you how my living room turned out. Yes, it's pretty much done, except for the little love seat sofa. But, yeah, who knows how long it's going to take me to do that. I'm not in a big hurry to get that done because the dogs are constantly laying on it and it's kind of a counterproductive project. But I'm going to let that go for now and maybe do that in another week or two. But I wanted to share with you what I have, and I actually put 2 segments. One of them I filmed a little later in the day so that you could see the macrame window treatments better. So that's why it's kind of a little bit of a repeat. But I really like the way it turned out. It's got that retro 70s vibe going on. And, you know, we old folks, we like to take trips down memory lane, and actually a lot of young people like that look too. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to show you my living room, and then I'll be back with what I'm cooking for my dinner. Well, here is some of the progress I made on my living room. So this is a little storage cabinet I have. I keep my candles in here. Just different things that don't have a place anywhere else. So I keep just some this and that in there. So I have that. And then I just have this little display with candles and these fairy lights. And this is just a reading lamp that I keep there. So this is the day bed. I have a day bed in my living room because when I broke my hip, I used to sleep here. And when I first got the puppies, I slept here because I wanted to house train them. So I wanted to make sure when they got up at night that I could hear them and let them out. So anyway, this is, most of these pillow covers are new. And I wanted like a retro 70s look in here. So I got those pillows and this nice cushy blanket. And I ordered this online, and I was wanting it to be like this dark chocolate, but it's more like a cocoa color, so it's not quite right. And at some point I'll take it back off again and maybe just dye it a darker brown, but for now it's good. So, and then I redid my gallery wall. If you've seen it in other pictures, it was pictures all the way up to the ceiling. This had pictures. There were pictures all the way around here. And I was just feeling a little bit too much. So I redid that, and I think it's more reasonable now because this is the year of reasonable. So this stool I got a while back, and I had originally got it for my kitchen, but I have a different stool in there that works out better. So, and this top goes up and down, so I thought this would be a good place for just a little table if you want a drink or something. I put that there. And this is actually a rug that I had that I just used for as a throw because it's lightweight. Now over here by my fireplace, it's a faux fireplace, but I like the ambience it gives. I moved a couple of the pictures that were on this wall to over here, and then I moved this to above the mirror because I love having pictures of my family around. So, and then at night, I light real candles, and I also have the flicker candles that I like to light. So that is my fireplace. Okay, over here I made this into my little office area. I have this recliner here, and the recliner spins around, so when I have company it faces the opposite way. But this is where I watch TV. I have a little tray table that I put together. This is something that I just kind of affixed to the top of this little sliding table. And then over here I got this little mobile desk on Amazon, and the top goes up and down so that I can flip it around and work in my chair. And then this is another little side table that I had that just happens to fit in here. So I made that into my little office area. Now over here is where I keep my YouTube stuff, my ring light, another camera, some lights, and they're kind of tucked in the corner, so you can't really see them unless you're over in this area. I have a karaoke machine that I use as my stereo, my printer lives here along with my happy gnome. So, and in here I keep some books. These are all my CDs. So, and then these are just bookshelves and a curio that I've had for a number of years. It actually goes with this cupboard, and it's where I keep my TV. And my daughter thinks I should get rid of it because it takes up a lot of room, and I'm thinking about it, but we'll see. And these are my new chairs. They're recliners, and they also have a vibrating thing for your back. So, and Miss Lizzie is thinking about jumping up there. But these are kind of what started the refresh. And you probably can't see this, but these are the macrame curtains, if you want to call them that I got. So it's hard to film against the light, but they're a very bright green, but I actually like them. So those are my chairs. And then, like I said, I redid this bookshelf. I rearranged some things, hung up these pictures over here, and I got these shag rugs for the dogs, and they like them. Now, this big ottoman I'd love to get rid of, but they need somewhere to lay. So for now, that's going to stay there, and I just covered it with that big shag rug. And so they love it on there. And then this is this is the chair that I turned around now. And there's two matching recliners. And when it's time to watch TV, we turn the recliners the other way and just slide them together. And then these are just some extra stools that I keep for extra seating. And when people come over, I put like a little charger on top of there. You can put a drink on there. So, yeah, that is my new living room. And I'll show you what I have to do to keep the dogs off my chairs. So to keep the dogs off the chairs, I got these big shaggy pillows. And I have one there and one there. And then I have a couple trays that I just plop on there to keep them off. So yes, in this house, it's all about the dogs. But I wouldn't have it any other way. And there they are. Well, except for one. He's in the kitchen. So there you have it. There is my living room. It's all done, except I still have a slip cover that I want to put over my couch. It's a cream color like the chairs. I know, cream. What was I thinking? But it's a cover that I had. I didn't just buy that now. And I'm going to use it. So, and hopefully these blankets will keep, or these rugs will keep the dogs kind of off of there. All right, so I just wanted to share that with you. And the things that I bought was these pillow covers. I had a lot of old pillows that I just recovered. So I bought those. I bought the shag rugs. I bought this pillow cover. Of course, I bought the chairs. These pillow covers I bought. I had the inserts. I bought this throw. This stuff I all had. I had that. That's not new. The cushion covers here, and this throw, and all the macrame I bought new. And all the pillow covers on my day bed, I bought those too. So, you know, not a whole lot of expense except for the chairs, but even the chairs weren't very expensive. They were two of them for $350, I think. So I thought that was a reasonable price. And we'll see how long they last. They're not high-end, but I think they look nice, and hopefully I'll enjoy them for a few years before they totally get wrecked. All right, so I'll be back in a little bit with breakfast. These are my new macrame window treatments that I put up, and I like the way it turned out. I have a couple of other little macrame things here, and these actually light up, the little moons, and over there. So that is what the window treatments look like. I redid my bookshelf, and I also redid my gallery wall. I hung some of the pictures over here. These were always there. The ones over here were always there, but I redid that a little bit. Here is another macrame window treatment, and I still have to do the sofa, but it's getting there. Calculating because I was curious to see how much I spent on my living room refresh. It's not a whole redo of, all new furniture and new floors and, floor to ceiling stuff. But in my head, I had sort of set a budget of about $1,000, and I know that sounds like a lot of money, but that includes slip covers for my love seat and 2 massaging chairs. So that's about what I ended up spending. I spent quite a bit on throw pillows, but I wanted something that looked sort of boho and textured. I wanted a lot of texture in the room, and so those tend to run a little bit more expensive. So altogether I spent $1,090 on my living room refresh. So I stayed within my budget, and now I want to do a little work on my kitchen, and the thought that I have in my head is around $200 for the shelving and the brackets, and I did get a new rug for the kitchen, which I didn't count in with my living room refresh. So I'm just trying to make I've lived in this house 20 years, and I haven't really done anything much new to it. So I think I did okay. So we'll see, and with the kitchen too, I want to keep it within a lower budget. I don't want to redo my cabinets at this point. They're still in beautiful shape. My counters are in beautiful shape. I could go for high-end things, but I'm just not much into that high-end stuff. So, and I kind of like the way it's turning into sort of a vintage vibe going on. So I just thought I'd come on and share how much I spent on my living room refresh. That included the window treatments, the slip covers, the rugs, and all the pillows. Now, if you are handy, or if you have a lot of material around your house, you can always sew the cushion covers. But that would have meant for me, I would have had to go out and buy material and all sorts of things. So this was just easier for me to do it this way, and I'm very happy with the way it turned out. So let me know in the comments below. I know the style isn't for everybody, and it's not the style I had, but I was going for a more eclectic look. Something warm and with happy colors. So I think I accomplished that. So let me know in the comment below what you think. And what's your style? What do you like to decorate with? What do you like? Boho? I was trying to give mine like a boho look. Do you like shabby chic? Do you like rustic farmhouse? Let me know in the comments below. All right, I'm going to go see what's in the freezer now. Dinner day 97. I hope you enjoyed my living room tour. It was a long time in the making. Let's go in the freezer because I want to use up my leftovers that I just stuck in there. So I still have a couple of slices of the rye bread, and I think I have this butternut squash soup that I made in January, and I think I'm going to have that for dinner. I'm going to put that out for dinner and make another sandwich. Let's see, nothing for a sandwich in the door here. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll cook up this Impossible patty. I don't think I have any other vegetarian lunch meat. I don't. So I could eat that. I'm not sure if I want that. Let's see. Let's look in the fridge. Okay, let's take a look. I know I have this little piece of pepperoni, and I have, I think back there I have some mushrooms. I have to see if those are still good. So I think with my soup, I know I bought some naan bread back here. Oh my. Yes, I bought some naan bread back in my last haul when I would bought the bread. So I think I might eat half of this and make a small pizza to go with my soup. Now these are my Butler soy curls. I brought those back from my mom's freezer. Well, my food, her freezer. So I have those back there yet. And I also have some tortillas back there. Oh, now I'm making a mess. Anyway, that's what I'm going to have for dinner. I'm going to make that and maybe a little salad, but I think I'll be full after that. Or I might have some of this coleslaw, but we'll see later. All right, I'll be back with dinner day 97 this evening. Okay, it's dinner time, days 97. So I have my naan bread here, and I found some spicy pesto in my freezer. So I thought I would try making a little pizza with that. I don't even remember making that, but I must have because it's just in a little baggie. But here I just have some artichoke, mushrooms, and black olives. I used up my black olives. So it's one less thing in the fridge, but I have more, and I'll be opening another jar because I love black olives on salads and on pizza. So I'm just going to put that on my little naan pizza here. And might as well pile it on, because why not? We have it, it needs to be eaten. So on it goes. And then here, I cut up that pepperoni in little slivers because it's been in the refrigerator in a baggie, but it's aged, so it's not soft. It's hard, like almost like a salami, but it's not moldy or anything, and it's still tasty. So I'm going to put some of that on. And then I still have the soup. So for cheese, I'm going to put on these feta crumbles, and I'm going to add a little bit of this grated topping. I got that at Dollar Tree. Now this grated topping is not terribly cheesy, but I want to use it up. So I'm just going to sprinkle some of that on. I don't even know how spicy this pesto is. I know at one point I had planted a spicy globe pesto, so I'm thinking that's what it was from. And then I'm just going to sprinkle this with a little bit of the feta cheese. And I'm going to bake this in the oven until it's all heated through. So there we go. And then I'm going to heat up my soup, and I'll be back when this is all done. Okay, here we have it. Dinner day 97. I added some sprouts to my little pizza things, and I want to drizzle it just with a tiny, tiny bit of this champagne dressing. Not much, just a little bit. All right, so a couple things gone again out of the freezer until tomorrow. All right, my friends. I think I have an eye infection going. My eye feels like it has sand in it. All right, I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. And I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.